Ladies and gentlemen, it is your high guy, your fly guy, the truth from the booth, Mr. B.I. Double. Very excited for tonight's events, the Uprising Internet pay-per-view. Lots of big things are happening tonight. All the titles will be on the line, and we're going to start things off with a six-man battle royal featuring 6 up-and-coming stars, 5 you have seen before, and 1 debut. The first match for Uprising will be Showtime versus Razor Jones versus Star Trill versus Lord Swaggington IV, the Asian Nightmare Big D, and the debuting X Factor Sean Jones. Now, the winner of this match will be granted a #1 contender spot for the Ultra Violent Championship, which will also be defended on this pay-per-view, as I said earlier. So whoever the new champion may be, one of these 6 men will be his future competitor, and I cannot wait for things to jump off. We're doing it right. We're doing it big. The pay-per-view is here. Iceman's in the back getting ready for his main event match for the High Class Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship against Victor Black. And in the co-main event, his Disciples of Darkness take on the Hollywood Heroes in a tag match for those beautiful tag team championships. Will the Disciples reign supreme yet again on this pay-per-view, or will they be usurped by the challengers? We shall see as the night goes on. I cannot wait to get things going. I've been excited about it all day. Let's do it. If the feed ever works. Damn feeds. Let's get it going. Showtime showing that strength right off the bat. Jones attacking Swaggington. Other Jones attacking Star Trill. From now on, he will be referred to solely as X Factor in this match. Go behind into that Russian leg sweep. Jones whips it. Lord Swaggington into the corner. Asian Nightmare attacking Showtime as he gets out of that with that fireman's carry takeover. Belly to back suplex from Trill. Another fireman's carry from Lord Swaggington. Oh my God, the accident's too hard to call. Big man over. That's who I'd work on first. You got to get the big man out and an over the top rope battle royal. Snap suplex from Trill on the close side. We're in the background. Okay. Nightmare back in. Now Showtime on the outside. As is Trill. Showtime fights his way back in, again, as does Trill. Swaggington and Jones fighting it out. Huge face buster, flapjack style on that backside. Spinning neck breaker from Showtime. And then D's just swatting people away, using that size to his advantage. Trill with that inverted suplex. Breaking the knees of Jones and Swaggington. X Factor in the background trying to eliminate the big man. Showtime catches himself before he can hit the floor. Looking real dangerous on the outside for both Swaggington and Showtime, who both throw those shoulders and get back in the ring. X Factor up top. That diving forearm to the back of the head. Jones almost eliminated. Showtime fights out. Lots of boots being thrown at all corners of this ring, and that beautiful snap suplex by Star Trill. X Factor fights off that elimination. Jones on the opposite side trying to fight off his own. Overhead belly to belly from the Asian Nightmare. Action too fast to call. Something you'll only see here in high class wrestling. The best damn pro wrestling in the digital world. We run the internet. We run the internet. Shirts coming soon. HCWshop.com. 3 men trying to fend off elimination, and Big D's the first one out. They took the big man out. The biggest threat is out of the ring. There goes his shots at that Ultraviolet Championship. Showtime celebrating, gets caught with the right hand. Setting up that kick. Swaggington ducks it. Showtime ducks again. Backbreaker, neckbreaker combo. Trill fights off the elimination. Sits him down with that lariat. Star Trill up and over with that T-bone power slam. Jones trying to fend off Swaggington with that gator roll into that choke. Huge powerbomb from Showtime. Into that backbreaker. X Factor on the outside, very dangerous place. Swaggington down, but skins the cat. X Factor back in as well. It's Jones versus Jones. That elbow to the face of the X Factor, and he goes to attack Trill. Those two have had some beef. Showtime with a beautiful arm drag. X Factor looking to eliminate Razor. Swaggington holds on the opposite side. Razor Jones falls but does not hit the floor. Running drop kick by Showtime, and a big boot for his troubles from the X Factor. Trill looking for the elimination. Jones fights his way off the ropes, back into the center of the ring. Snap DDT from X Factor on the left side. Trill over, but catches it. 2 men trying to eliminate him. Right hands for both of them. And a throwback to the Attitude Era with the worm from X Factor, because why not? It's a big match. You got to show out, make yourself known in your debut, kid. Swaggington through the ropes. Showtime still down off that chop to the throat, and Swaggington's been eliminated. 4 men left. Jones whips Showtime. That huge back body drop almost eliminated him off of it. Picks him up with that vertical suplex up and over. X Factor fighting his way up back to the ropes. I'd get away from there. It's not where you want to be. Catches himself on that bottom rope. Brings himself back in. Holding off elimination for now. One more time. Showtime on the top half of your screen. Also trying to fend off that elimination. Showtime is down. Jones eliminates Showtime. X Factor slides back in. Gives him a little taste of his own medicine. Trying to eliminate him off the ropes. Jones breaks it up. Don't know if I agree with that. I'd let him eliminate every man as he backflips out of that. Goes for the roaring elbow. Backflips again. Catches him with a European uppercut. Trill picking the bones. Off the ropes, that big forearm shiver. Elbow to the spine. Jones breaks it up. Sits him down with that spine buster. Not where X Factor wants to be. As Jones sets up that punt kick. Kicks the X Factor's face off. Trill right there. Goes behind one more time with that hammerlock lariat. Razor Jones is the only man currently standing. X Factor to his feet. He pulls Trill to his feet. Sidewalk slam in the corner. Both men currently focusing on the bigger opponent. And Jones says forget it. And the X Factor skins the cat. Back in. Steps on Trill's chest on the way. Sends Razor up and over. Fighting for the elimination. Razor holding on for dear life. Trill watches on. Ready to strike at a moment's notice. Jones barely hanging on by a hand. Feet dangling. He brings it back in. X Factor goes to work on Trill. Slides back under the ropes. Razor going for the elimination. Trill cuts him off at the pass. Sends him over the other's ropes. Goes for that forearm. Gets blocked with that shoulder strike. And forearm club to the back. Beautiful snap suplex from X Factor. Goes for the body slam. Trill slides out the back and hits that neck breaker. X Factor up top. Working on the leg of the big man with that snapping leg DDT. Goes behind. Thinking that hammerlock lariat right in front of Jones. Jones has none of it as he sits him down with the spine buster. Going for a punt kick, but Trill's in the way. Oh, that boot looked a little low. But it's a battle royal and it's no DQ. Nobody can say a damn thing about it. Jones breaks it up. That big headbutt. Sent to the corner. Both men follow. Trill with that big boot eliminating Razor Jones. We're down to the debuting X Factor and Star Trill. Who will come out of this as the #1 contender for that Ultraviolet Championship? Trill sets X Factor on the ropes. Not where he wants to be as he hangs on. Brings himself back in. Huge right hand into the knife edge chop, taking the breath out of Trill. He can't seem to fight his way back. Turns him around with that short arm clothesline. X Factor reverses with a shoulder tackle. Goes to work on the leg one more time, but Trill gets the boot up. Trill up and over. X Factor working on that elimination. This is a hell of a way to debut in high class wrestling if he can get the elimination. Trill holds on with one hand. And there he is in his debut match. The X Factor, Sean Jones, is now the #1 contender for the Ultraviolet Championship, fighting his way through 5 other competitors for the elimination. As we get to the ring, we see the celebration from the young man. The crowd goes crazy for the debut. That's a hell of a way to kick off a pay-per-view. He just soaks it all in and he realizes he's officially here. The crowd goes crazy. Hell of a way to start a pay-per-view. And we're going to get things going. It's an Iron Man match for the Hybrid Championship. It's going to be Lupac versus your champion, Amazing Adam Robinson, in the first ever Iron Man match in high class wrestling. I cannot wait to see how this one turns out. I gotta light a smoke for this one because they don't give a damn what I do in this booth. We have just received a tweet, and it looks like Showtime demands a match with Razor Jones on Monday. Asking you shall receive, kid. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. Adam Robinson sends Lupac off the ropes. Drop down. Lupac counters with a lariat. Look at that back suplex with the kip up. Amazing. Adam Robinson showing why his nickname is amazing. Both men are going to need to pace themselves here in this Iron Man match. Counter for counter. Adam Robinson in that high belly to back suplex. Back body drop from Lupac. Into the jawbreaker. One more tweet from Showtime. He said he's going to give Razor a clean shave. Snaps off that fisherman suplex. Too much going on tonight. God, I'm excited for this pay-per-view. Lupac throws Adam Robinson off of him. It's back and forth to start this match. Reversal for reversal. Counter for counter. Dragon screw leg whip taking the big man down into the first pin. Lupac out at one. Adam Robinson putting the boots to him. Thinking early sharpshooter possibly, but it doesn't matter as Lupac kicks his opponent away. Big forearm club to the back of the neck. Returns the favor with the boots. Goes for another one. Adam Robinson sidesteps. Pulls him in with that code blue neck breaker. And a super kick very early in this match. Adam Robinson looking to get that first fall. Lupac out at two. Snapmares him over. Setting up That's Amazing. Wraps those legs. Drops him down on his neck and shoulders into the pin. Lupac out at two. Still no falls. Tweet from Matt Lewis showing his respect to Sean Jones with that great debut. That corner drop kick. Slides out from under that body slam, kicks the leg. Butterfly backbreaker, so beautiful. One more super kick, busts him open. Lupac barely out at two. The bloody Lupac. Sets up that bridging powerbomb. Back behind into the bridge. Doesn't go for the pin. Opting for the damage here. Big forearm strike. A second. Ducks under into that kick. Pulls Adam Robinson to his feet. Makes him eat the feet. Lupac fighting his way back. Spending a lot of energy. Still not one fall. Takes him down into the pin. Adam Robinson out of two. Kicks in the gut, goes for that pop-up powerbomb. Slams him back down to the mat with the pop-up powerbomb into the pin. Adam Robinson out at 2.5. Thinking Fat Boy Splash. Shades of his buddy Jay Bake. Brings him to his feet. Goes for the takedown. Eats a knee. Slides out the back with a reverse DDT. Still going counter for counter. Huge European uppercut from Adam Robinson. Lupac cuts him off, sends him into the corner. Clubbing blow to the back. Setting him up top. Don't know what he's going for here. You don't see this often. Super duper German dropping Adam Robinson into a springboard leg drop. Big man pulling out all the stops for this huge match. Adam Robinson with one more of those European uppercuts, stopping the momentum. Slides down into one more. That's amazing. Drops him into the pin. First fall for Adam Robinson. Lupac fights his way up with that headbutt. Not caring about the damage. Half Nelson Bulldog busts open the champion. Ref down for the count. Answers that fall with one of his own. We're tied at 1-1. And Robinson going for that comeback. Lupac has none of it. Reverses into that back body drop. Clubbing blow to the neck and a kick to the spine. He's setting up one more pop-up powerbomb. Looking to go up 2-1 in this match. Sits him down. Lupac up 2-1. Pulls it back into the corner. Adam Robinson turns around into a jawbreaker. Single pump handle neck breaker. Drops him on the knee. Trying to get the crowd into it. Working on the arm. Trying to take the power out of that. It's amazing. Can't lock those arms. Can't hit that hold. Pulls him up to knock him back down with the double axe handle. Very old school. Snapmares him over. Both knuckles into the temples. Very old school. And the match is over. We've hit our time limit. Adam Robinson could not fight his way back for the tie. Our 15 minutes are up. Lupac held him in that hold. You see the replay with that first big super kick. Reversal for reversal the whole 15 minutes. Here we're going to see the pop-up powerbomb that ends things. That was it. It's a wrap. We have a brand new hybrid champion. The man has dominated since his debut outside of 1 or 2 matches. Doesn't matter. Losses mean nothing. All that matters is the championship in his hands as we have a new hybrid champion. Lupac putting on for his city. You know the people of Pittsburgh are losing their minds right now as the hometown boy gets the victory. Belt on the shoulder looks beautiful. And he celebrates as the crowd loses it. Our first, could it be an omen for title changes as the night goes on? We'll see. But as of right now, the only thing that matters is that we have a new champion. Lupac has dethroned amazing Adam Robinson for the hybrid championship. I told you it was going to be a big night, surprises bound. That was supposed to be a one-on-one match, and had it been one-on-one, Adam Robinson would still be champion. But he gave in to the demands of Lupac, who said it should be an Iron Man match, and Lupac, with the perfect strategy, holds him on the mat for that last minute. Beautiful match. As we get into it, #1 contenders match for the Tag Team Championships. The Foot Clan, Prone and Williams, versus Jacob Barton and Logan Neal, the London Underground. Winners get a shot at those tag team titles. Let's get into it. Bell rings. Barton versus Williams. Starts it off with that belly to back. Kip up of his own. Corkscrew leg drop. Barton reverses out. Goes for the suplex. Williams behind into the neck breaker. Drops him with that knee right to the face. Shoots him off the ropes. Grabs him with another one of those knee drops. Williams tags in prone. Barton opts to stay in. Sits him down with that cravat neck breaker. Beautiful move. Huge shot from prone. Sends Barton off the ropes. Goes for that running knee. Barton ducks. Snaps him over. Drops down with the jawbreaker. Barton in control. T-bones him back into his own corner. Tags in Neal. Ooh, big roundhouse kick and rolling elbow combination from prone. Stomps away at the back of Neal. Sits him down with a drop kick. Goes for the head, misses, hits the gut, still effective. Jawbreaker from Neal. Prone in the wrong side of town. Sends him up and over, drops him to the floor. London Underground teaming up on prone. Barton sends him back in. Big kick from Neal. Beautiful dragon screw leg whip from prone. Continues to put the boots to Neal. Goes downstairs, goes for the DDT, gets bridged out into a Northern Light suplex. Out at 1. Tags in Barton. Great tag team wrestling from London Underground. One more time with that face buster. It's been very effective in this match. Nobody sees it coming. Into the pin. Prone out at 2. Barton focusing on the neck with that big punch. Kick to the back, rolls him over. Beautiful tag team wrestling, putting it on his side of the ring. That running knee to the head. Right to the logo. Both men in. Prone breaks it up. Williams breaks up the pin for prone. Who gets kicked in the face Nothing pretty about that, folks. The very technical Jacob Barton just throwing the strikes tonight. Prone kicks his way out of the corner. Sets him up for that big rotating belly-to-back suplex. Gets himself out of trouble, tags in Williams. Knife edge chop. Irish whip into the corner. Sets Barton up top. Could be thinking butterfly. There he goes, locks both the arms. Sits him down with a beautiful over-the-top butterfly suplex. Now taunting Neil, jumping up in his corner. That rolling senton. By the way, that's a rolling senton. Just want to throw that out there. Not the rolling fireman's carry that some other commentators call a rolling senton. Barton thinking suplex. Williams needs his way out of it. And that beautiful heel kick. Barton using the leg strength. Tags in Neil. Again, keeping the opponent on their side of the ring, cutting the ring in half. Tag Team Wrestling 101. Which means nothing to Williams, who backflips out into that belly-to-back suplex. Measures. Forearm to the neck. Snap mares him over. And that running drop kick, both boots to the mush of Neil. Neil with that overhead kick right to the face. Foot Clan not used to getting kicked in their own face. Neil up and over with a belly to back body drop, I'm sorry. Kick to the spine of his own. Has him up for that military press. European uppercut. Drops him down, still on their side of the ring. Drags him away from the ropes. Williams out at 2. Spins him around, throws him into the corner. Tags in Barton. That big G9. Samoan drop, flipping neckbreaker combo. Two and a half. Prone was a little slow. Thankfully, Williams was able to kick. Set Williams up top. What's he have in mind? Doesn't matter as Williams hits the elbow. Diving, spinning wheel kick. Tags in Prone. Follows it up with that forearm. Pulls it to his feet, thinking roundhouse. Barton grabs him with rapid fire knees to the chest. Taunts right in the face of the Clan. Foot Clan, that is. Don't get it twisted. Huge right hand. One more. Off the ropes. Reversal. Drops him with the face buster. Huge running knee right in front of his partner. Both men in. Neil with the German. Prone out at 2. Works on that neck. Neil throwing Williams out to the outside. Follows him. Huge double knees to chesty. He's setting it up. Drops him down. Williams is right there to break it up. Neil wasn't in time to cut him off, but he does throw him back to the outside. Oh no, not the spot Barton wants to be. GTS. Prone off the ropes. Penalty kick coming. Big kick to the face. Turns him inside out. Sits him down with the STO. Space Tornado Ogawa. Drops those double clotheslines. Ducks under. Super kick to the face. Opts to tag in Williams. Williams the fresher of the two. Sits down with that triangle choke. Neil willing Barton on. Barton fights his way out of the choke. Williams into the pin. Neil in. Barton at 2. It seems like Neil got caught up in the ropes on the way down. Might have caught an arm. Barton go behind, thinking German. Couple of elbows from Williams. Williams also thinking German, gets the exact same treatment. Ducks under, kicks the leg, turns him around, whips him into the corner. Gonna be looking at that butterfly suplex one more time. He does love it. Puts those legs to the outside. Hooks the arm. And the other. Avalanche butterfly. Right to the center of the ring. Wiping the sweat from his face. Stomps Barton. Going for that butterfly again. We've seen him do a trifecta of it before. This will be the third, but not in sequence. All of these avalanches taking a toll on Barton's body, as he's taken all 3 of them so far. Williams tagged to prone. Forearm. Cuts him off before he can get to his partner. Huge roundhouse kick ducked by Barton. Throws him into the opposite corner. Kick to the face, the escapability of prone. Puts him in the corner. Thinking shotgun Nick. Kick. There it is. Shotgun kick into the corner. Now just putting the boots to him with the face wash. Prone in for the cover. Williams in to break it up. Sits Neil down with the STO. Throws Neil to the outside. Follows. Nope, opts not to follow. Back into his corner. Barton into the corner. Thinking exploder. Drops him right into the corner with the exploder. Pulls prone to his feet. Could be looking at that G9 one more time. Opposite version. Barton with the Samoan drop this time. Kneel down into the cover. Your new #1 contenders. The London Underground off that G9. Gonna have to ask them what they call it. Because boy is it beautiful. Somehow they were able to survive all those avalanche butterflies from Williams. I gotta think if prone would have hit that roundhouse kick, then it would have been over as we see that face buster. One good look, beautiful camera work for that military press European uppercut. Bang! Falls right back into the cameraman's lap. Here we see the finish up on the shoulders of Barton with Samoan drop. Corkscrew neck breaker from Neal. The G9. Williams took too much damage, was a little slow getting into the ring, but Barton was there to cut him off anyway. Your new #1 contenders who will be challenging the winners of the co-main event tonight, the London Underground. Celebrate in front of the high-class wrestling faithful on this Uprising pay-per-view, which now that I have a moment, can I just say, I really love the Uprising ring. Just want to throw that out there. Celebrations from your #1 contenders. Got a title match coming up. The Ultra-Violent Championship will be defended in a triple threat, anything goes match. Champion Azriel defending against Jin and Ace fucking Bradley. Roll Tide. The young man from Alabama looking to capture his first championship since the season started. Jin looking to do the same. Azriel just looking to stay alive with the two competitors coming for his championship belt. And if he does manage to stay alive tonight, he still has the X Factor Sean Jones in his future, who won that debut match tonight with the over-the-top rope battle royal, who is still, from what I am told, celebrating in the back. It's been a hell of a show so far. First half amazing. Second half set to be just as good, if not better. Shout out to Manny AT&T watching it on the pay-per-view. We appreciate the hell out of our fans. Unlike some companies I've seen. Champion out first. That Ultra-Violent Championship sparkling in the laser pointers per usual. Azriel with his way down to the ring. Very confident stroll from the champion. As he looks around, as he's cascaded with cheers from the high-class wrestling faithful. The Earthbound Angel himself, taking a break on those steps. Laser pointers shining fierce on that championship belt. The sign in the crowd says it all. This match will be pure aggression. The champion awaits his two challengers. First to the ring. That young Alabama man, Ace Bradley. Very serious look on the face of the challenger. Ace Bradley's always been no nonsense. No flash, no fluff, not his style. Just waiting for that bell to ring. We'll get a shot at the German announce team. Ace Bradley in the ring. The King of Lightning himself. Jin makes his way to the ring. First championship match since the season began for Jin. Got a couple of wins under his belt walking into this match. Azriel looking to follow. All three competitors now in the ring. As the ref holds that championship up high, laser pointer still pointed. It's become a thing in these arenas. All three men loosening up. Bell rings. Ace Bradley goes right after the champion. Jin after Ace. Azriel with that snapmare. Takes him down with the big boot. Right hand for Jin. Swinging neck breaker. Champion on the offensive. Follows it up with a forearm. Ace Bradley with that backbreaker. Forearm to the face. Jin up top. Hits the body splash as Ace Bradley pulls the champion up. Both men now putting a whooping on the champion. That's right. Whooping with an H. That double gut buster. And that all goes out the window as this is not elimination. This is first pinfall, first submission. All that teamwork leaves once a pinfall starts. Jin arm drags. Picks him up into that backbreaker. Champion sits him down with that sweetness. Love that move, sweetness. A couple of kicks to the face. Azriel keeping his composure. Ace Bradley sends him to the corner. Whips him into the opposite side. Goes to follow up. Gets caught with a Russian leg sweep. Azriel content was letting the challengers fight it out. Picking his spots. But he walks right into that kick and knife edge chop. Sinking belly to back. Gets turned into a crossbody. Jin with the right hand. Gets his legs taken out from under him with the chop block from Bradley. Who gets sent to the outside by Azriel, who follows. Earthbound Angel with those strikes. Jin sits him down with that Thez press into the right hands. Now both men seem to be attacking Ace. A kick to Azriel's head for good measure. Gutbuster. Azriel watches on and gets whipped right into the barricades. Thrown into the announce table. Kick from Azriel, who gets dropped down with that amateur-style takedown. Ace Bradley, who was an amateur wrestler at the University of Alabama, as well as a football player, two-sport collegiate athlete, who gets sit down with a backbreaker of his own, same one he hit Azriel with at the beginning of the match. Again, Azriel content with letting them fight. I don't blame him. Conserve as much energy as possible. Jin gets whipped into the steps and then gets caught with a Russian leg sweep. Ace Bradley into that neck breaker. And we have our first weapon of the match. Azriel under the ring. Pulls out a table. Always a favorite of the high-class wrestling crowds. As Jin takes the table off of him. Goes for that hit. Azriel grabs back. Hits him in the gut with the table. One for Ace. Hits both men in the back with the table, proving why he is your ultra-violent champion. Whips Ace into the barricade. Jin fighting to get to his feet. Azriel continuing to just throw Ace Bradley around, trying to distance himself from his other competitor. Throws him right into the ring post. One more time into the ring post. Very violent. Ultra violent, if you will. Now into the apron. Jin letting these two fight it out, trying to pick the scraps. Ace Bradley again gets whipped into the apron. Gotta think those ribs could be busted. Jin turns around with the right hand into another. Sits him down with that jumping neck breaker. Ace Bradley seems to be the one who's getting the punishment now. But he fights out of it. Couple of times Jin goes into that ring post. Azriel working on Jin as Ace Bradley grabs the steps. Azriel still throwing everybody in sight into that apron, trying to break whatever possible. One more time. So much damage being done on the outside. Ace Bradley breaks it up with that jab. Gets thrown into the barricade for his trouble. Big right hands from Azriel. One more time, Ace Bradley gets thrown off that post, this time by Jin, who gets caught up and stumbles over the steps a bit. Ace still down. Azriel working on Jin. Sits him down with a neck breaker. Drops that elbow into the back of the neck. Into those steps one more time. Plan of attack for Azriel seems to be shatter everyone's ribs. Speaking of shattering ribs, Ace Bradley has the stairs. One shot to Azriel. Little bit of payback, but he slides out of the way on the second. Turns his attention to Jin. Jin does not slide out of the way of those steps coming down. That time to the leg. Forearm to the back by Azriel forces him to drop the stairs. But unfortunately, they fall on Jin one more time. Throws him over that table, loses his footing. One more neck breaker, beautiful from Azriel. Jin again distancing himself from the action. As Azriel yet again whips Ace Bradley into that apron. That's got to be the 7th or 8th time that's happened to Ace. Azriel gets dropped out onto that table. Thank God it wasn't up. Still got to hurt getting dropped on it though. Jin sends Azriel to the ring. Ace Bradley struggling to his feet. All three men back in the ring now. Snaps him with that DDT. Busts the face of Azriel open. Snapping belly to back suplex. Ace Bradley with the Alabama slam. Drops him down, catches his neck on the ropes into the pin. Azriel breaks it at 1. Ace Bradley gets caught unaware with that running boot to the face from the champ. Settles down into the pin. Jin there to break it up. Jin with the drop kick grazes Azriel. Spins him into a springing neckbreaker. Looking to set up that fall from grace. Ace Bradley instead picks Jin up, sets him down with another amateur takedown. Looking to set up Roll Tide, but gets hit with the fall from grace. Dropped on the back of the neck. Jin still woozy after that boot. Azriel retains in this triple threat match. Your winner and still ultra-violent champion, Azriel, the Earthbound Angel. As you see the beginning of the match with that double gut buster. The teamwork was in play until the pin went down. And everybody realized only one man can win. And the infighting between the two challengers led to the victory from the champion. That beautiful snapping belly to back. Neckbreaker from Ace, who sets up Roll Tide, but gets caught with that running big boot. Here you see it. Ace Bradley looking to set up Roll Tide, gets caught with the fall from grace. Jin worked his way to his feet, but he was clearly out on his feet. The wheel is moving, but the hamster's dead. Azriel into the pin for the 1-2-3 and still ultra-violent champion. I do not get sick of saying that, folks. Big fan of this kid. Celebrate with that title. Laser pointers on it again. The busted open Azriel. Face paint smeared, blood on the forehead, but all that matters is the championship on the shoulder. Sign says a new breed, and you are right. He is a new breed of champion here in High Class Wrestling. So you see a special attraction match on the card. Fergal Flynn, who's been on a roll as of late, suffering only one loss to the #1 contender for the World Championship, Iceman, against Superstar. Former 10-time world champion, 13-time tag team champion, or something astronomical like that with Wizard, as well as a handful of TV titles when that was still a thing. Both men looking to prove that they belong in the conversations of championship gold. As we get into it, some new gear from Superstar tonight. That's Flynn on the ropes, and before Flynn can hit the dirty hit, Superstar hits one of his own. Both men in the center go behind from Flynn. Wrenching away at that waist lock, trying to take the breath out of Superstar, who breaks it with the go behind. Superstar no slouch in this ring, very technical wrestler, former amateur wrestler in high school. Gives Flynn a taste of his own medicine. Flynn takes him over with the snapmare into the rear chin lock. Superstar fights his way up, sits him down with an arm drag into a side headlock. Punch to the forehead. All that technical wrestling goes out the window when somebody gets punched. Flynn no slouch when it comes to wrestling himself. That catch-as-catch-can style from the European style, mixed with that power, makes him very dangerous. Irish whip off the ropes. Superstar ducks under with that huge German suplex. Suplex counter officially at 1. Flynn with a hip toss. Now just laying the boots to Superstar. Whipped into the corner. Goes for that overhand, gets caught with an elbow. And a big headbutt from Flynn. Nothing pretty about that, folks. Think of T-Bone. It's taken over. Flynn had that T-Bone well scouted. Overhand right. Double wrist lock suplex. Suplex counter at 2. Arm drag from Flynn. Just throws Superstar by his neck. Now just laying the leather. Sits him down with a running power slam. Pulls him into the center. Goes for the pin. Rep down. Superstar out at 2. Elbows out of that. There's that capture suplex he was going for earlier. Suplex counter at 3. Into the cover. Flynn out at 2. Superstar going to work on that neck. Gets elbowed in the gut. Flynn has him up with the air raid siren. Drops him on the neck and shoulders. Slides him away from that rope. Drops down into the pin. Superstar out at 2.5. Now just raking the eyes. Belly to back. Superstar with the kip up. Into the clothesline. Goes for the second. Gets blocked with that forearm. Gut wrench suplex. Suplex counter at 5. 3 for Superstar, 2 for Flynn. Drops that huge knee. All that weight to the neck and chest area. Huge right hand. Takes Superstar off his feet. Down into the pin. That could be it. The big man with the big victory over a former world champion. Proving that one loss will not set him back. You see earlier just putting the boots to him. As he sits him down. That running power slam. That elbow reversal from Superstar. Hits that beautiful capture suplex on the big man. There's that air raid siren. It's the beginning of the end in any Fergal Flynn match. All that pressure on the neck and shoulder. Drops the knee. Taking all the air out of the body of Superstar as he goes for the right hand. The Doombringer. Took something out of himself with it. Still able to slide down into the pin for the victory. And Flynn continues to celebrate in the arena that's beginning to become synonymous with his name. As we get ready for our co-main event of the evening. Tag Team Championship. Being defended. The champions, the Disciples of Darkness. Versus arguably the most decorated tag team we've had in high-class wrestling. The Hollywood Heroes. Looking to play the role of spoiler. Making sure the Disciples do not walk out of this pay-per-view again with all of the gold. It's a rivalry that dates back years. Seems like it's a rivalry that'll never end. They've traded championship gold. They've traded pay-per-view victories. They've traded Tag Team of the Year nominations. Anything one can do, the other has and shall do. This is something very serious to say here in high-class wrestling, where we have one of the deepest tag divisions and one of the most talented tag divisions in all of professional wrestling. Slight delay in the feed. We apologize. Challengers making their way to the ring. That brand new Hollywood Heroes t-shirt. Money, titles, and kicks. 3 things their entire career has been called by. Very excited about this tag match tonight. Crowd loves the Heroes. The young brothers from Hollywood, California. Lights go out in the arena. Very ominous sight to see. Your tag team champions making their way to the ring. Pierre and Lassiter, the Disciples of Darkness, looking to bring that gold home. Looking to continue the reign of terror that they've been on with their leader, Victor Black. Neither man in a hurry to get to the ring. It's all mind games when it comes to the Disciples. Very stoic look on both their faces. I would not want to be in the ring looking at that. Your 6-time tag team champions, the Disciples of Darkness. Put the gold on the line next in our co-main event of the evening of Uprising against the Hollywood Heroes. Those belts get raised high in the air. Jordan Alexander, Vic Pierre starting the match. Fast start from Pierre with that running forearm strike. European uppercut from Jordan. Goes right back at him with that jawbreaker. Goes behind into that mat slam. And a staple of his offense for years. Won himself titles with that move. Opts not to go for the pin, instead knee to the back. Right in his brother's face. Goes for the jab. Jordan slides under, arm drag. Pierre brings him down into their corner. Goes for the grab. Reversed out. Elbows his way back in. Back into the corner. Looking to set up a move with Lassiter, but he's not allowed as Jordan sets him up top. Follows him up with that Hollywood Rana. Tags in Big Brother Thomas. Huge knife edge chop. Sets him on the ropes. Irish whip off the opposite side. Drop down. Don't know what he was thinking there. It doesn't matter. Pierre sits him down. Tags in the big man. You do not want to see that monster coming at you, folks. And a rake of the eyes from Thomas. Doing anything he can to stop the big man from getting his hands on him. Spinning neck breaker. Big back body drop from Lassiter. It's a long way down, folks. Jawbreaker from Thomas. Got to press the offense. Sits him down with the dropper. Shades of Marty Jannetty there. Definitely tell they grew up idolizing the Rockers. Drops the big man back with that alley-oop flapjack, and he caught his neck on the ropes. Goes for the super kick, gets blocked and kicked in the hamstring. That might have been a little low. Thinking edge. Drops down in a neckbreaker from Thomas. Tries to get him up for that Michinoku driver, just too big. Single arm DDT down. Tags Pierre back in. Up and over the ropes. Drop to the floor. Wrong part of town. Stomp from Lassiter. Pierre goes for the grab, gets a right hand. Lassiter responds. Pierre responds with that sit-out reverse DDT. Both members of the Disciples now working on Thomas. Snap jabs him. Both men back in the ring. That kick to the gut. And a kick to the face from Pierre. Mimicking what the Heroes are known for, those giant super kicks. Reminds me of another brother tag team. Pierre rolls him over. Fights out. Vic looking to set up that THC, those double knees to the chest. Jordan in. Breaks it up. Irish whips Lassiter. Into the corner. Tornado DDT on the far side. Super kick from Thomas. Pierre out at 2. Vic fights his way out. Huge impaler DDT. Dropping the challenger on his head. Jordan slides in out of nowhere. Breaks it up. Elbow out from Thomas. Northern Lights. Beautiful from Pierre. He goes up top. Could be thinking that huge elbow. And gets caught with a super kick. Busts his face open. Too close to the ropes. Oh, that's a shame. Shades of the Hollywood Blondes there. That super kick was just amazing. Pulls it back with the neck breaker. Both men busted open as he tags Jordan in. Walks right into the knee. Goes to the neck breaker. Reversal. Another reversal. Keeps holding that neck breaker. Pierre looking to catch his breath for a second. That super kick off that top took a lot out of him. Ducks under. Kicks the leg. One more time. And a third. Takes Pierre off his feet. Wrong side of town. Rolling senton out of the corner. Pierre with another Northern Lights. Beautiful escapability. Got to tag the big man in here. He's taking a lot of punishment. And he does. Irish whip into the corner. Lassiter sets him up top. That kick from Jordan. Oh, thinking Rana gets dropped with a power bomb. Into the heel hook. Vic cuts Thomas off with the jumping neck breaker. That flipping neck snap. Jordan goes for German. Too much weight again. Elbows out. Beautiful backbreaker from Lassiter. Could be looking to set up. He told me to watch for this earlier. Discus boot, but he slides out of the way. Doesn't go far enough. Gets dropped with the backbreaker. Downstairs. Hits him with the forearm. Thomas and Pierre fighting on the outside. Stomps the guts right out of the stomach of Jordan. Huge big boot. Pulls him away from the ropes. Thomas still down on the outside. Jordan somehow wills his way out at 2. Thomas back to his feet in the corner. Blood pours down his face. Lassiter could be setting up that big slam. Caught the arm. Thinking empty abyss. Up and down with that iron claw slam. So brutal. That could be it. Vic in. Thomas too slow, too hurt. Your winners and still tag team champions, the Disciples of Darkness, as both the heroes are on the mat, proving why they've been dominant for so long in this company. As we see that tornado DDT from earlier in the match and the super kick that dropped them, looked real good for the heroes at this point. Vic fights out of that move, drops him. That's what busted Thomas open. Gotta think he was never the same after that. He was a step slow, couldn't break up any of the pins. Catches him with that iron claw. Drops him down with the single arm iron claw slam. You see Vic in immediately. Thomas slow. Still gets taken down with that neck breaker to end the match. Your winners and still tag team champions. Is there a team alive that can unseat them? The London Underground have the next shot, but can they do it? Champions celebrate in the ring. One of the few times you've seen any emotion out of them. Continues the celebration on all 4 corners. Letting the whole crowd get a good look at him. Take those pictures. Flash bulbs everywhere. That's a great omen for the champion as we go into our next match. Will he follow his disciples with a victory and retain the World Heavyweight Championship? Or will the Iceman unseat the Destroyer himself? We find out next for the World Heavyweight Championship inside Hell in a Cell. The Iceman Lance Walker versus Victor Black. A rivalry almost as old as this company. It seems like every time you turn around, one of these two men were champion, the other was challenger. Very similar to our last match. They've traded titles and main events and victories. I cannot wait to see how it turns out tonight. inside one of the most demonic structures we've ever seen with one of the most demonic competitors we've ever seen. Cell hanging ominously. Challenger on his way. The crowd firmly behind Iceman. He's been saying it for weeks. He wants one more shot. He has it tonight. Will tonight be the night that the Iceman brings home the gold? Or will that demon Victor Black retain? Iceman psyching himself up. One last deep breath. Takes in the admiration from the crowd. He's been on both sides of those crowd reactions for a long time. But all that matters is that right now the crowd is behind him. Gotta think his tag team partner Bake is watching this match at home. Or wherever the hell he is, we still haven't seen him. It's been off TV for about 2 or 3 weeks now. They were supposed to be looking at a possible tag team gold in their future. Instead, Iceman opted for this match. The lights drop down yet again. There he is, folks, your World Heavyweight Champion. It's the robe that matches the title. See the signs already. Make him tap. Will the Iceman tap? Or will the Resilience shine through? Ref holds that belt high in the air. Cage comes down. Doors locked. And we get things underway with our main event of the evening. Iceman with the go behind. There's Black, one of his own. Snapmare from the Iceman into the rear chin lock. Big knee to the spine. They lock up one more time. Arm wringer from Black. Iceman reverses. Hammerlock from Black. Beautiful chain wrestling to start this match. Iceman with a hammerlock of his own. Works the arm, trying to take the power out of it so that submission's null and void here. Irish whip off the ropes. Iceman thinking belly to belly. Victor Black blocks, trips the leg. Pulls Iceman down with that neck breaker. Neither man has an advantage at this point. Armbringer from Iceman with a kick from Black. Victor puts Iceman on the ropes. Irish whips off the far side. Takes those knee out with the drop kick. Iceman with a history of knee problems. He's had surgery on those knees. Victor Black looking to exploit it. Pulls Iceman back into that heel kick. First cover. Iceman out at 2. Big kick to the spine. Iceman right back to his feet immediately. Snapmares him over. Thought he was going to return the favor. Opts to pick him up. Black reverses with a punch to the gut. Fireman's carry takeover from Iceman. Big kick to the gut. Sliding drop kick coming. Again, Iceman working on that arm. Victor Black reverses with the jawbreaker. Iceman snaps him over with that DDT. Pulls him into the Revolution early. Drops him with the cutter. Into the cover, ref down. Caught Victor Black unaware. Takes him down with the Revolution. He didn't see it coming. Usually you don't go for your move early because your opponent has all their stamina, is so used to it. Victor Black got caught for the first time in his career. Iceman is the new World Heavyweight Champion. Very sloppy from Victor Black. As you see what ended it here, Iceman pulls him over. Goes for the finish very early. Succeeds with the Revolution. Into the 3 count. Iceman's been calling it for weeks, saying he would take it. As he finally holds that World Heavyweight Championship in his hands. Celebrates with his fans. I like to call them the Ice Cubes. He doesn't like it, but he's not here. The Ice Cubes are losing their mind. What a way to end the pay-per-view. The Iceman, now World Heavyweight Champion. What's next for Victor Black? Hell, what's next for the Iceman? We will find out Monday on our Mayhem show. Until then, thank you for watching. This has been your high guy, your fly guy, the truth from the booth, B.I. Double. We'll see you on Monday.